Hey, hello flower friends, how are you doing? Hope you're well. My name is Mike Boerma. I'm a floristry teacher at the Boerma Instituut in Aalsmeer, Holland. The Boerma Instituut is an international floral design school. Um, yeah, it's been started in the 1980s, for those of you that didn't know yet, um, by my grandfather, Theo Boerma, and it's now run by my mother, Jacqueline Boerma. And we teach all sorts of vocational trainings here, like the professional course, which is teaching people from zero skills to become florists in about a 20-day program. It's a very intensive training program. It's also possible to do it in 4 different modules. For example, you could do 1 week in September and then come back the next year and do another module and then etc. etc. So it's up to you how to do it, but most people do it in one go. For the rest, yeah, today I'm going to do some flower arranging for you. It's been a while since we did the last live stream. We've had some issues, but also it's been very busy. We've had a lot of classes happening. Last time we've had the International Master Florist Education here. Was a really fun program taught completely by Gregor Lersch. And they did their exam in March, I think. Yeah, time is flying by. And we have done some interviews with the people at the exam or after the exam at the open house. So hopefully soon we'll be able to post some videos about that. Because this time, for the first time, we worked together with an old friend of mine, Wijnand. He's a videographer actually, videographer and a photographer. They took pictures from all the arrangements by all the students, and we did some interviews as well that he will be editing for me too, or for us actually. So, cheers. I already have something here to show you. It's pretty nice. I've used it before during a live stream, I think, probably the last time I did the live stream. I don't know, it's been so long. When did I do a live stream? I really don't remember.
Don't look at me.
It's crazy. I'm
I
looking
don't
at Angelica.
remember.
For those of you that don't know, Angelica is sitting there behind the screen. She'll be reading all your comments and reading them aloud for me. So if you have any questions, please don't be shy. Just ask them, or if you want to say something, give a comment, or go ahead. She'll communicate that to me. But yeah, I think in the previous live stream I made something with this Kenzan ring. I put it in a glass container, and this glass container and the Kenzan ring, they are both available for sale now on our web shop. We have a Floral Design Supplies web shop, so we sell floral foam, we sell all sorts of bind wire, we sell stub wire, all the cool stuff, but also things like these Kenzan. And Axel has been very busy making or designing these boxes. So we have Kenzan, the round regular ones. We have them in different sizes, so like that. I personally do not use the regular ones a lot, but I do love the Kenzan rings that we have. There's a small version, and there's a bigger version, which is the one I'm using right now. So this is the 20 centimeter version, and Axel told me I was allowed to give you guys a discount code. So there's a 10% discount code, and what was the code again, Axel?
Axel's not here, but the promo code is Kenzan 2025,
All right.
2025. And it's a 10% discount on all the Kenzan that we have on the website. Wow. And it's until the 10th of May, 2025.
Okay, so only for a short time then, I guess. So last time when I used this Kenzan, I just made a parallel design in there and had all the flowers, I think, in the ring. I've also used it for the Floral Fundamentals photo shoot also a couple of months ago already. And then I used Alstroemeria, and then I crossed the Alstroemeria and then connected them to each other. Because if you have a very long flowers, if you have very long flowers, and you put them in the ring, and you can see the ring is not so thick. The ring is not so thick, it's like this. So you can imagine, and also it's like this high. So you can imagine if you have really tall stuff in there, that you kind of need to support it somehow. So I use the Aalsmeer to support each other and use the bind wire to connect those to each other. And I'm going to do sort of a similar thing today as well. But I already made a frame with cornice branches, and I put them together like that. Maybe I have a Lazy Susan actually. Angelica, can you arrange that for me? Lazy Susan, thank you. Then I can turn it around a little easier. Didn't think about that. And I bound that together, and that will hopefully allow me to make it easier to put taller flowers in there. So it's going to be a fun experiment. I just made this structure before we started, and I haven't tested it yet, but I like to do these live streams and use them as, also for myself to experiment and do things that I normally don't get to do when I'm teaching the classes here. So I have a lot of beautiful materials today. For example, thank you very much, appreciate it. I have a new and improved Tallinum variety from Margin Par. Maybe you already know the Tallinum. We've used it before many times, and actually I really love this material because it's a little bit see-through. It has nice colors, it has a little pink, it has a little orange. And this is a longer stem, so now they come in a longer stem. I think this is 70 centimeters, and they are lasting even better now. So I'm gonna use those in here. Angelica, is there anything?
I had an inside joke. So it's instead of Tallinum Long John, it's Tallinum Long John.
Ooh, oolong. That's good. That is good. So, and I'm going to weave it into the structure a little bit. Of course, something as light as the Tallinum Long John could easily stand by itself at that height. But I thought it would be cool to do that. Are you waving the flag of questions?
Yes, well,
Great.
no, it's the attention stick.
Oh, the attention stick, sorry.
Well, we have Sally Hardy in the chat
Oh, hi Sally.
saying hello from Berkshire, UK.
Hey, thank you for checking in with us.
And speaking about people that passed the exam in March,
Yes.
Bawani says hello.
Oh, hi Bawani. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us. That's nice. Yes, Bawani passed the exam, did a great job. Was a nice challenge, I think, for everyone who participated during the exam. It's not an easy exam. It is the highest level that we have here in school, the International Master Florist Education. It's a level 3 education. So, yeah, really nice and challenging. Every day is interesting, different topics every day, and very in-depth. And what I like about it a lot is that we get to spend 20 days together and learning from Gregor, and every day he just makes so many beautiful arrangements and shows us exactly how he makes them. So that's really a lot of fun, I think. And also what's really cool about the class is that there's just so many different people from all countries, all cultures together. So you have a really mixed group. And then of course the most important part of the day is the end of the day, where everyone has finished their arrangements and we're discussing the pieces one by one, and everyone gets some feedback. You know, there's always something nice and positive to say about the work, but I also really like it when someone tells me, you know, what can be done better, because I can make an arrangement at home and then I think, well, it looks nice, I guess, but you know, if someone can point out the flaws and what can be improved, that's really invaluable, I think. That's the only way we can grow. So, Yeah, Angelica.
Bawani says, yeah, had so much fun with the classes and the exam. Gregor is a great teacher, so much learning.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. It was so much fun. Another thing, talking about Gregor, for those that might not know it yet, but in May, well, it's already May almost, at the end of May, I'm going to Japan with Gregor, or actually I'm going a little earlier, but anyway, Gregor is coming to Japan at the end of May, and then we're having a 2-day masterclass in Tokyo, and we are also having a demonstration in an evening. That's going to be really interesting, I think. It's I think it's in Akasaka, from the top of my head. And it's a nice location. It's in the German cultural building. And registrations are open, so if by any chance you are watching and you are in Japan or close by, not too far away, somewhere in Asia, or maybe even Australia, we've had some people register from Australia, then maybe this is the chance to join the class. It's going to be a lot of fun, I think. And if you're not all the way on the other side of the world, next week, well, it's the very last moment, but next week Gregor is here in Holland, and we're having 2 times 2 days of masterclass. One day is about 100% organic, and one day will be about standing bouquets. And also in Japan, actually, one topic is organic, but the other topic is about new romance, so totally different. Angelica.
Speaking about somebody else who also passed the exam in March, we have Anna Maria Serban saying, hi, Mike.
Oh,
nice
hi.
to see you in action.
Hey, thank you very much. Thank you for joining. Yes, Anna Maria also did an amazing job during the exam. It was really cool to see you grow as well. I think everyone that was there can be very proud of themselves. And actually, talking about the pictures, they are more or less done. I will be giving a link to the people that were at the IMF exam and hired the photography skills of Wijnand and his, well, actually mostly his partner did all the photography, I think, and Wijnand helped out. So they are coming soon. Here I have a nice flower. It is Polyanthus tuberosa. It's also a flower from Margin Park. And I think it's a nice line material that I can easily weave through the structure. It's a very strong stem, so that's really nice. And I'll do some of them a little closer together and some a little bit further apart. So these two are going to be close together. So actually I want to change the position of this one because it has an interesting bend. And I want to use that interesting bend to my advantage. Instead of it just being strict, I'm going to weave it in a little bit. Yeah, like so. And then I don't even need to bind it. Okay. So for the people that are interested in IMF, the next program is starting in November. So that is pretty exciting that we are able to do it again. And another thing that might be interesting is for the people that are watching and they have actually no floristry skills yet. So you would love to become a florist, but you've never done any education, or maybe you are a florist for a long time, but you also have just never had the chance to study floristry. Then we have a program for you. It's called the Professional Dutch Floral Design Course. It's a 20-day training course that teaches you all the basics and fundamentals of floristry. So that is very important actually. A lot of people, they want to skip on that step, but that step is actually very important to study the basics and create a good skill level, so that when you are making arrangements you feel very comfortable and you can work very fast. You can make a nice spiral tied bouquet. All that sort of stuff is very important when you are just starting out. So how am I going to do this? I want to have this in the middle a little bit. So I think this is a fun experiment with the polyanthus. Another thing, I don't know if I should talk about that. Maybe that's a secret, I don't know. Is it a secret? I don't know. I'll think about that.
We have Taiwan in the chat
Hey.
giving you a thumbs up.
Taiwan, yes. Well, I can talk about that actually.
That's not
That
a
is
secret,
not a secret. Yeah, that's
but
good.
it's fun.
But it's fun, yes. So after going to Japan, immediately like the week after, Angelica will fly in from the Netherlands to Taiwan, and I will be flying in from Japan to Taiwan, and we're gonna teach a class for the Taiwanese teachers. So if any of the Taiwanese teachers are watching and you have missed the fact that you've maybe missed the promotion for that, I will be coming in the first week, I think. It's the first week of June. So that's going to be fun as well. We'll be discussing some important topics that are going to be very interesting, I think. And then, of course, when you, as the organizer, when you passed the IMF exam 2 years ago? Is that so, Angelica? Two years, huh, that when you did it, the IMF.
The IMF exam is, I think it's already 2 years ago now.
Yeah, time is flying. So, and he was in the class with Angelica. So, any questions thus far from the people in the chat? Maybe. Don't be shy.
Well, there is a question from, if I say it correctly, Maritz Muller.
Okay.
I am interested in a program at your school. I'll be around on the 1st of May
Yeah.
and hear that you have a course on that day. Would it be okay to stop by your school and take a look during that day?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, for sure. That's no problem. Yeah, so that's actually when Gregor is here. So he's teaching a class on May 1st and 2nd. Actually, he's also teaching class on 29 and 30 of April. But yes, it's a nice time to stop by and come and have a look. And then you can see like how the master classes are. So this is a short 2-day master class. It's not like our regular vocational training programs, but it should be very interesting in any case. So yes, please feel free to stop by. And then we are also there for you to ask or answer any questions that you have about the programs here. So now I'm adding Antirinum maius. I thought the orangey color works well with the cornice. And another cool thing about Antirinum is that if you put it at an angle, because of the, how do you call it? Phototropism, very fancy word, it will grow up. It means it will grow in the direction of the sun, right? Yes, it will grow in the direction, yeah, it will grow towards the sun. Let's see.
So Marit says, okay, great. I'll see you on the 1st of May then.
Perfect.
I'll make sure the coffee and tea is ready.
Yeah. Nice. So, yes.
So, Taiwan also says, see you and Angelica soon in Tokyo and Taiwan.
Yes, exactly, because when you and Ian, both teachers at the Boerma Instituut Taiwan, will also be coming to the Japan Masterclass. So that's very exciting. It's the first time I've organized a class in Japan. I've taught many times there for EFD, our partner school. And then usually I teach workshops for people that are more hobby level, which I love to do as well. But I've never organized a class myself, so that's pretty exciting. Yes.
Deepti says hi from Oman.
Hi. Hey. Thank you for joining us as well. Very nice.
And Margaret Passman says that there might be an issue with the sound.
Oh, is there?
Because when I am talking, there is a ruis.
Ruis, yeah, okay.
And we're pretty soft.
We're pretty soft. Yeah, that's always a problem. I cannot figure out how we can go a little bit louder. Let's see. I can only turn Angelica a little bit up, but I cannot put myself up. What's up?
Axel told me that I was too loud, so that's why I'm more far away now also from the thingy.
Okay. Yeah, it's because of the balance, right? This microphone is always very soft. I have to figure out a way to improve that. So maybe if someone can help me with that at some point, that would be nice. Is it all right? Oh. Yeah, my sound is always very soft. I don't know what's up with that.
You need to speak louder, Mike.
Yeah, I need to start shouting. So, and I have some nice calla lilies as well that I will weave through. So this is a very different type of design than I normally make, but I think that's always fun to experiment. And look at these cool callas with their double heads. They both have the double heads. They're a little bit funky. Also this one has a lovely colored leaf. Well, maybe I'm going to use it. Why not? And I'm going to make the lines crossing a little bit, so it's a bit overlapping lines. What's up, Angelica? See you laughing.
Yeah, I was Google translating a name, but thank you, Lydia, for saying that it was you. So Lydia says hello.
Hi, Lydia. Thank you for joining in.
I was like, oh no, Google Translate, please help.
Lydia also passed her IMF exam.
Yeah.
Yes, very good. She's also teaching at the Boerma Instituut in Taiwan, which is our daughter school over there. I'm super excited to go back. Love going to Taiwan.
Oh, I can't wait till I eat all the food again.
It's a beautiful place and it has beautiful food and it has nice people. So yeah, we like to go there.
So a question from Taiwan.
Yeah.
The orange anthurium, it's so beautiful, but is it for King's Day?
Yes, of course. Yeah. This is. I took orange for King's Day for sure. Yep.
AKA, he totally forgot.
Well, I'm very excited about King's Day, which is indeed happening tomorrow. But I didn't think about using the flower, to be honest. Okay, all right, sorry guys, I lied. So I didn't think about using orange flowers for King's Day. But now, when we're gonna edit this video in a million years, I'll probably write a caption, yes, King's Day arrangement, because why not? But I totally did not think about that, actually. But yes, it's a happy coincidence, because originally I was working with purple, only purple, and a little pink, but then I have the Thallinum, and I thought, I need some orange. And also later I have something else which is rusty, with orange color, So I thought, no, I cannot do only purple. I need to have a little bit orange in there. And now suddenly this arrangement became a totally orange arrangement. I don't know. Maybe it is the influence of King's Day in the back of my mind. Who knows? Who knows?
The party vibes coming up.
Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully you'll feel a little bit better, Angelica, because
Yeah.
Angelica is feeling a little, how do you call it? Under the
Under the weather.
Under the weather. Yeah.
I probably caught a cold.
Yeah.
As you can maybe hear from my voice, it's a little bit more lower and crackier.
So, I think that is quite nice as it is. I don't want to add too many things. Maybe just some allium for the fun of it. So that we have something interesting there at the top to look at. And then of course they cannot be alone. So add another one or two. But I only have this small ring to put the stems in, which is a nice challenge. Where to put this one? Of course 358, so, but not like that. So different angles. Could also see it coming there. You don't hear it here. You probably don't hear it, but we have some very aggressive doves on the rooftop right now.
It is mating season.
Yeah, that's what's happening, I guess. Yeah. So, something like that, I guess. And then that's a fun little experiment. Angelica, you have...
Jacqueline Boerma says, beautiful alliums from All I Am.
Oh, is that so? Yeah.
I was wondering because these are very tall.
Yeah, they're very tall and they have a great stem. So that's a nice, nice material to work with. So, if there's no questions about the arrangement, then I'll put it away and I'll grab the next material. And what I will do is take a picture, of course, later, and maybe I'll actually add another allium or something here or there, but at this point I can't really see it very well, and now I can see it a lot better. Looks a little weird, especially with this one. So maybe actually it should come through the inside. Like so. Yeah, I think that's a lot better. Yeah, and then maybe actually I want... See, this is taking a lot of attention, and I don't like that. So I'll put it also through. Keep it in the same spot, but make it less distracting, I hope. And then maybe even a little lower, actually. So. like that better already. Ah, that's that one, okay. So, something like this. And then probably I'll figure out a bigger one for here at the bottom. Or what I can do. Okay, so I lied, I'm not gonna move on to the next one. I'm sorry, guys. See something that's frustrating me. Is this the same color? Yeah, more or less, right? So I could also make it go like this and then have that color come back at the bottom. For it to make a little more sense. Actually, because of the amount of materials that's in there. Oh. Well, no, actually, I might not even need to put it on the Kenzan, because it's just you know, clamping by itself. Pardon. So something like that. I think that makes more sense. Yeah. So arrangement number 1 complete. So that was on the Kenzan ring. So ik sta echt heel zacht. Ja, dat is het probleem. I'm very soft. I can't go more loud. That's the problem. Let's see. Sorry, guys. I keep hearing that I'm so super soft. So maybe I can. Hello, hello. Check, check. Actually, maybe I can boost myself.
Hey.
Hello, hello, hello. Check, check, check. Boop, boop, boop. Pop, pop, pop. Maybe this is gonna be too much. So. Hello, hello. Okay, sorry guys. Can we see if it's more? No. And like this. Does it sound better or does it sound better? Okay. Well, please let me know if it's better or not. Or if nothing really helped. Because I don't know. Maybe, yeah, actually this works, I think.
It looks like you're louder.
It looks like I'm louder, so let's do this. Hello, hello. Yeah, this is already better. I think this is better. Okay, sorry guys.
Oh yeah, you're red now.
Am I red now? Am I?
The whole thing was red.
Just, but not the whole time, right?
No,
Oh,
just like.
this is way too much, I think.
Sorry for people with headphones.
Sorry guys. Okay, probably this is better.
Well, please let us know.
Yeah, please let us know if anything changed, or maybe we're blasting people's ears off now.
Aaron says you got it.
Whew, finally. Wow, this is a problem that we've had for 4 years. And it was way too easy to fix. Sorry guys, well, and thank you for letting us know. So, the arrangement. Probably I might change some things about it later, but I think it's fun. Yeah?
Anna Maria also says better now.
Okay, nice. Happy to hear it.
Yay.
Finally. Okay, now for a technique that I find really fun to do, and probably everyone that did the International Master Florist program thought was fun to do as well, is a bouquet in a frame, a standing bouquet. So, I have some greens that I would like to start out with, and this is technique, the spider web technique and everything, of course, we teach during the advanced course. So that's our level 2. So what we have is three educations. We have a professional course, which is the level 1. People can come in with absolutely 0 skills, and then we will train them until florist level. Then we have level 2, which is the advanced Dutch floral design program, and this is focused on creativity. So the level 1 is really, okay, today we're making this arrangement. It's a hand-tied bouquet mixed, and everyone makes a hand-tied bouquet mixed. Then we make a Biedermeier, and everyone makes a Biedermeier. Then we make a Boho design, everyone makes a Boho. So, but during the level 2, the teacher shows you the techniques and structures, and everyone is learning a specific technique, and then the students make their own designs. So it's a lot more about creativity, and we teach about the design scheme, how to use it, all really important things. And then we have the International Master Florist education. That's the highest level we have to offer, and then during that program you learn every day from Gregor, and we go into a lot of interesting subjects like displacement, etc. So, but now this is one of the subjects, standing bouquet. And this standing bouquet frame is one of the more simple versions of it. I think it's very accessible. But yeah, we teach how to make that during the advanced. And I'll just show you a fun bouquet inside of this structure. Or at least, I think it's fun. And what I'm using for that is this pistachia. Oh yeah, thank you. Angelica was pointing out to me that you got a proper scissors, pruning shears for that. And I usually like to start out with this, when I make this towel, by having some greens, just as a nice base. But the greens I don't want to be too long. They're just really there to help me in the beginning. And later I will also need some greens to finish off the bouquet at the bottom. So for the people that are from IMF that you're here in the chat, what were some of the subjects that you most enjoyed? I'm very curious. Or maybe what was your favorite subject? Out of all the subjects during the program, which one did you think was the most fun to do? Now you know which one, Angelica, for you? Which was it?
Mine was emotions.
Ah, yes, emotions. Yeah. I like to hand out, have people grab from the hat. That's what I like. But my favorite subject personally was displacement, because I think it gives us so many opportunities. So when we're editing this video, hopefully at some point I can show some pictures on the side here, which show you the displacement arrangement style. But on our YouTube channel we also have some videos in which Gregor is showing off some displacement arrangements and some of the IMF live streams that we did with the students. They also show off their displacement arrangement. So you can search probably in a YouTube search bar displacement arrangement or IMF or whatever, and you might be able to find that video. Angelica.
So first of all, Anna Maria says IMF with Gregor and you was an amazing source of techniques and inspiration.
Thank you very much.
And she says my favorite was displacement.
Yeah. Totally understand. It's just such an interesting way of approaching design. It's all about focusing on the asymmetry. So I think that's really cool.
And I must say that my second was like the organic.
Ah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
The 100% organic, because it really makes you think about all the materials that you use.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. 100% organic, for those of you that are in the neighborhood, is one of the subjects of next week. So if you can still register and join us for the 100% organic class. I think it's one of the more important subjects of today. Everyone is talking about eco-friendliness and stuff. And Gregor has, of course, been teaching eco-friendly design styles already for a long time. In the 90s, he was a big promoter of this, but in the 90s people weren't really too interested in that, to be honest. So so eventually he didn't continue that as much until about maybe 5 years ago or 6 years ago, and then it became a big topic again for him when he was teaching classes together with Hitomi Gilliam, specifically on organic floristry. And so we've incorporated that into the EMF or the IMF program. And now it's catching on more and more, this type of thing. There's some people making, Max van der Sluis and Per Benjamin, they recently published a book about organic floristry as well. So yeah, I think it's an important topic, really. Angelica.
Jacqueline Boerma says, my favorite from the advanced DFD course
Yeah.
is car decoration and the cascading bridal bouquet.
Ah, yes. So my mother always teaches the cascading bridal bouquet. It's basically the Princess or the Lady Diana bouquet. So that's a fun one for sure. Yeah. Sorry, in the meantime, I'm just grabbing my materials. And missing some stuff. But, oh no, I have so much over there. That's why I couldn't find what I needed. Yeah, so I have really cool materials again. Very blessed. This is the Casmantium from Marginpar. Really lovely and very playful. And it has a nice movement. It's great for in bouquets, but also in bridal bouquets. Because when someone's walking down the aisle and the bouquet's bouncing and dancing like that, it's really fun. I also have this really full, as in the flowers on there are really full. Fluffy, that's it, huh? Fluffy Astilbe, also from Marginpar. This is, so there's two. There is the Astilbe Vision in pink, and there's the Astilbe Vision Inferno, and I think this is the Astilbe Vision in pink. Yes.
It is pink.
Yeah, it is pink. No, the other one is also pink, but it's less pink. It's more of a cream coral. Yes. All right. I see you reading some stuff over there.
Yeah, I'm jealous. We have Leonidas Ramos.
Oh, hey, Leonidas.
He's saying greetings from sunny Corfu.
What is it? I forgot. Is it Calimeras? No, is it?
Speras?
Calisperas? I think it's. Is it Calisperas?
Kalinichta?
I should. No, it's not Kalinichta. Huh? Kalinichta is in the evening. But yes. Anyway, nice. Hey, thank you. Leonidas and I were together last month. Also last month. I don't know, or was it the month before? For the Floral Fundamentals photo shoot. It was really fun. We drove from the hotel to the Van der Lucht location every day, and they put up with my stinky car. So, and it's stinky because there's something wrong with the oil. The oil is smelling a little bit. But anyway, Kalispera? Yeah. Ah, my mother has studied Greek in the 90s, I think. So anyway, I have a lot of stuff on the table now, and I'm getting a little distracted, but that's really fun. I'm really happy that a lot of people are in the chat. Really fun. So I have this beautiful Talinum from Marginpar, and I'm just going to make my freestanding bouquet. And the nice thing about this is I'm just putting them in, and actually I'm only binding it together at the end, which is what classifies it as a bouquet. So it's a fun way to make a bouquet, and it's relaxed because I don't have a handful of heavy flowers right now. I'm just sticking them through. Angelica, I see you.
Yes, so your mom says that her favorite technique from the IMF was the bridal padushka.
Ah, the padushka.
Also a good one.
Yeah, yeah, the pillow. So it's like a wire technique, which is indeed quite fun. Yeah. So Leonidas, how is your shop going? Leonidas is renovating his shop entirely. talking about renovating, we have an update on our house. Finally, they start working again. This week, they started to pick it up again. So for the people that maybe didn't know, but back in November, the renovations on our house started, and specifically the foundations had to be redone. And yeah, halfway through the renovations, unfortunately, the person in charge had, how do you call that, of a burnout. So he sold the company to someone else. And because of that and other reasons, nothing happened for about 2 months, maybe longer, maybe 3 months. It was supposed to be done in end of January, but now it's going to be done in hopefully a couple of weeks from now. But it's happening. It's really making progress now. So tomorrow, when we are going to Haarlem for King's Day, we're going to have a look at the house, see how much it progressed, see how there's hopefully some progression. Let's put it like that. And then we're going to party.
So Leonidas says, doors are open since the beginning of April. Thank you.
Oh my, wow. Look at that. I need the people that were working for you. Because you showed me a picture and there was really nothing. I think everything was empty, and that's awesome. I would love to see it in person at some point. Angelica.
So also for Balani was the displacement.
Displacement, right? Yes, displacement is such a fun topic. For the people that might be going to our Japan demo, I don't know, there's probably no one here right now, but maybe later when people are looking this back on their phones, one of the subjects of the demonstration in Japan is also going to be displacement. So we're going to show a wide variety of topics. Yes, yes, of course, sorry. Of course, we were just talking about that. Yes, of course, when you is going. But yes, so one of the topics is displacement. Actually, when you is going to help out with the preparations even. So when you and Ian, they're going to help us prepare for the demonstration and for the class. So that's very nice. Other people that are going to help us out with the preparations are Kodai Shiraishi, another IMF alumni, and Misato Kasuga. She has also passed the exam, so she will be there as well. So I'm pretty hyped about that. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I put in some chrysanthemum from Decker Chrysanthemum. So a lot of the names I've been listing up are all Floral Fundamentals growers. And Floral Fundamentals is an online magazine, for those of you who don't know, that is promoting the beautiful products that are grown here in the Netherlands. And it's working together with international florists like Leonidas Ramos. I'm also part of the group. And we are coming together a couple of times a year, or some of us are coming together and doing a photo shoot in one weekend, and then we're making some arrangements. And those are then publicized later. And the people in the Floral Fundamentals group, you know, we always help each other out. It's a lot of fun. Good people. We meet each other everywhere in the world at floral events. Another thing that might be interesting for people that are watching is that there will be demonstrations by Floral Fundamentals ambassadors at the World Cup. So at the end of August, the last week of August, the World Cup, the Floristry World Cup, is being held in The Hague. So here in Holland, we're very lucky that it's being held there this time.
Most beautiful place in the Netherlands, baby.
That's where Angelica is born, in The Hague. But yeah, so this is a really great chance for you to come over to the Netherlands and have a look at all of the beautiful works that are being made by the people that are participating in the World Cup, and see the demonstrations by the Floral Fundamentals ambassadors. I think that's really cool too. And another fun thing is that the week after the World Cup, We have a masterclass by Bart Hassam, Australian master florist who won the World Cup in 2019. I think Bart is an incredible florist, really nice guy also, and his partner Jeff as well. And he's a really good teacher. So I would highly recommend to come over. So if you're coming over for the World Cup, stay 1 week extra for the masterclass. If you're coming over for the masterclass, come a week early to see the World Cup, because you know, how often does that happen? Not a lot. I think once every 4 years. So, yes, Angelica.
So Bhavani also says standing hand-tied bouquet was really new and interesting.
Yes. Yeah, the standing bouquet, it gives so many possibilities. So I like to make it as well. That's why I've made, sad. I've made, yes, Word for King's Day. Well, they're not really great as flowers for corsage, unfortunately. But I also made one for the Floral Fundamentals photo shoot, so I'll publish it at some point as well. And this subject is now, I think, the level 2 or level 3 of the hand-tied bouquet course. So we also do it during the hand-tied bouquet course. If you just want to come for this, it's possible. Angelica.
Yeah, there is one tiny chrysanthemum
Hanging.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay, we just pretend that it's alive.
Like me. And we have Suzanne Lam.
Hey, Suzanne.
And she says, "Hey Mike, nice to see you, Suzanne here, and
Nice to
saying
see you.
hi from Hoi An, Vietnam."
Oh, from Vietnam. Okay, okay.
I want to go there.
I've never been to Vietnam. It sounds really like an interesting place. Actually, so Suzanne moved from the Netherlands to Hong Kong. So maybe you're on a holiday there in Vietnam. I don't know. But Suzanne will also be coming to the masterclass in Japan, I think. Right? Are you still coming? I don't know. Maybe you changed your mind. I don't know. But that's also fun, I think, to talk about. We were talking about that class just now, so in case you came in just now. So,
Taiwan says.
Oh yeah.
Taiwan says, really like this work's color combination.
Thank you. Yeah.
Suzanne will be attending Japan also.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna have so many familiar faces and friends over there. That's gonna be really nice.
Yeah, stop bragging about it.
Sorry. Angelica is coming the week after, which is great too.
I know.
It's gonna be fun. So I'm putting in some of these calla lilies as well. Yeah, and the color is really lovely. So really fun stuff. I really like you know, what's that? I forgot what the name is of this particular calla lily, but it has such a nice peachy color, and then it goes into the red, but it works so well with pink.
Something fire.
You think, or is that a guess? Or
It's a guess, but it feels like a
it feels like
fire-
it should be something with
something
fire.
with fire.
That makes sense to me.
Santadesia spicy fire. People should hire me to
Yeah,
give names to flowers.
Spicy Dacia.
Spicy Dacia.
So now I'm adding this really nice Casmantium from Marginpar. I think this is such a great product. It adds so much of a vibe to an arrangement. It's very nice. Now the playfulness of it, really fun. So yes, Bart Hassam's masterclass will be interesting too. I think it will be about, what's it called? Oh, I'm a little bit stupid. One of the subjects is, of course, displacement. So, of course, Gregor has his way of making them, but Bart also often makes displacement style arrangements. So that's going to be cool, I think. And another topic that he will do is form linear, which is very relevant to displacement because it's using less flowers. So this form linear, of course, is a style where you use not a lot of materials and try to get the most out of each individual material. It's a style that's been around for a while, but it's basically the Western interpretation of Ikebana is how I would call it. Of course, Ikebana is a philosophy, and there's many different types of Ikebana, but I feel like it has that look to it, that Ikebana look. So if that sounds good to you, maybe that's a nice thing to join. And another topic is linear, but it's the linear style that we were doing a lot in the 90s and the 80s. We call it the Dutch hollow line linear style, but of course in the US it's also been very popular, and that's basically what people call linear. When they think about linear, that's the type. We have a picture on the website of it, if you're not kind of familiar about what that is. But the cool thing is that we can see Bart's interpretation of it, and I think he's really good at that. But he doesn't call it linear because in some people's minds linear is only form linear. So he calls it decorative radial something. I don't know. Very good, very good. I can use words, I can speak English very well. So in any case, I thought it would be a cool subject. So it's like we have form linear, which is the pure form, then we have this old school linear style, which is more of a decorative. So we see all these different ways of using flowers and focusing on forms and lines, and one is a bit more decorative and the other is really pure form linear. And then we have the beautiful displacement with a minimum amount of flowers, which is what Bart is known for. Angelica.
Yes, we have Mary Can Do It watching from Singapore.
Oh, hi Mary. Welcome. Glad that you're here as well. So I'm adding just grasses now, and then I think after that I should quit with this specific particular design, because at some point, the design is also done.
Yeah, and you have another one for us in store, right?
I have another one, yes. Another one. A small one, but another one. Okay, so what I will do now is move these things away, and I didn't use them at all, I think. Sanguisorba, also really cool, actually. I could use them. I think they fit. They're nice and tall, so okay, you know what, I do them. I
Just
put them
do
in.
it.
Just do it. So, also Sanguisorba from Margin Par, and I think a nice way to use them is very long and have them stick out a little bit. So because they are so thin, they can be nice and long, and they won't distract too much, I think. They'll just add another layer. So this is very much a layered bouquet. Yeah, I think it adds still a little bit value. Plus-value, I don't know. Yes? Yeah? Yeah. I speak French. Yeah, like I learned French from Frédéric, so I know c'est un bordel.
Frederick only learned the bad words.
Taught
Taught the bad words.
Yeah. Well, I just like to listen. And when something gets repeated, it stays in my mind. So, okay, now I'm really gonna do the last stem. I swear. Well, I shouldn't be swearing because I have to finish the bouquet. And I told earlier that I was gonna finish the bouquet by putting a little bit of green around it. So I will need to add a little bit green so that it will look nice and we don't see the ugly, well, it's not necessarily ugly, but we don't see that frame so much. We have comments?
Yeah, Jacqueline Boerma says that we, of course, also learned Frédéric some words.
Oh yeah, we taught him some words, yeah.
She says, Frédéric also knows the word oliebollen.
Yeah. Oliebollen is his favorite Dutch food. And it's basically actually I learned that it's the original donut. So apparently the Dutch people brought oliebollen to the US. We invented the donut, and then oliebollen are basically dough balls, deep fried, but sweet. And then apparently they discovered that it will be faster to cook them when you make a hole inside. So they made a hole inside, and that's how they got the donuts. So now you know. Useless fact of the day.
Little facts with Mike Boerma.
Okay, so now I have to do it like an actual bouquet. So I will hold it like so, like this. We'll have to do that at the end. Then bind this around. At the bottom. Nice and tight. Like that. There you go. And Bob's your uncle. Whatever that means. Okay, so just stick some stems through that binding. For example, here or here. No, for sure here. To really finish it off. Jake is sneaking into the classroom. This dog somehow knows how to open doors. Such a smart guy.
Smartest boy in the world.
So, of course, I want to see the stems a little bit. Okay, so that's the idea. Then I'll, of course, put some water in there. Thank you. But I'll do that after I've moved it, so it can be cool on the side like that. Maybe then it's a little bit asymmetrical. Yeah, so any questions about this bouquet? In the meantime, I'll clean up everything around it. Yes, Angelica?
Can I have it?
Yes, you can.
Thank you.
That's an easy question to answer. So I hope everyone is still enjoying themselves.
Well, Taiwan is giving thumbs up, so...
Thank you.
Yeah, I really like that you added the sangui sorba in the end.
Yeah, it gives a little bit more playfulness. Good. So we've got this bouquet done. Then I have one more arrangement for you. There we go.
Oh, thank you.
You're very welcome. And that's a foam design. Here it is, the container. Very cute small little pot. And then I will be taking more antirrhinum, more of that beautiful Astilbe Vision in pink. Then I have also these flocks, also from Margin Par. They're very long and tall, so actually it's kind of a pity that I will cut them short. So I won't use too many of them, so we can have them long for later. Then I have these hellebores. They are mammoth reds. They're also from Margin Par. Sorry for the noise. They're beautiful as well. Very nice. Yeah, a little bit into the light so that you can see it better. Don't need to use too many. And then I have Matiola. Purple Matiola. Yes, Angelica.
So I think about the previous arrangement. Taiwan says very beautiful. Suzanne Lam says so beautiful.
Thank you.
And we have Amy sorry for pronouncing it wrong, Josalu, saying also very beautiful.
Nice, thank you very much, appreciate it. And this here is a new type of eryngium. If you, they're all called after planets. If you give me my phone, I hope Helena sent me a message with the name, because it's a brand new variety, so we've got a special new one. And what's new about this is
Scorpius Questar.
Scorpius. Yeah, Scorpius Questar. Thank you, Scorpius Questar. I'll come to the front a little bit to show it to you properly, because now it should focus. Can we see it? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites now. It's beautiful.
It has, let's see, can it focus this closer?
Oh,
yeah. No, it can. It's going to focus on my face.
Step out of the...
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so what's cool about this one is it looks very fuzzy. Can you see it? So it has a lot of green on the inside, more than the normal eryngium. So that's the difference. So it gets a little bit more fuzzy because of that. The heads are very big, but they do have beautiful big varieties at Margin Par already. So we'll add in some of those as well. And I got some cute little kangaroo paws that we can use that also have a hint of blue. And some Veronicas that also have some blue, so that still makes sense more or less, I hope. So I'll start out with these antirrhinum, and I'm going to make an arrangement that is more or less boho-esque, open silhouette-y. You're funny. I don't know. Thank you. I guess.
It was a compliment. You're funny.
Nice. So I wish actually I had some more antirrhinum, but I don't. But such is life sometimes. We already have so much, so I shouldn't be asking for more. And then this one is going to come out. So basically the idea is that it will be an asymmetric arrangement. So I would like to focus on the asymmetry. The previous arrangement was very much a symmetrical silhouette. So let's do it a little different now. And I will need a little bit of greens as well. So I have some more pistachia, which I still love to use. I think it's a great green, good filler. but I will use it quite short, just to give a little coverage at the bottom. And again, if anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask them. That's what I'm here for. So the open silhouette style is really something that has become popular in the last decade, last half of the previous decade, actually, maybe. And I think it's a really fun style. So in 2019 we had a teachers gathering, and then we discussed, okay, so what actually is this stuff? What are people doing now on Instagram, and how should we describe it? So I thought that was a fun challenge, because this was something that was really up and coming on Instagram, but nobody really knew actually what they were doing. So they just created something in a beautiful way, but without any theory behind it. Oh, you remember that one that broke earlier in the last arrangement? You know, that's nice when you keep something. Actually, it's going to come here. No. And then I have also some polyanthus, which can be beautiful. Maybe we will use these heads for something else. Tiara. Yeah, a nice King's Day tiara. Why not?
A ring.
Mm-hmm.
A ring. A smelling ring.
Wow, that's a good idea.
That's what they did in the early ages.
Ah, yeah. Mm-hmm. To hide the people's stench.
Yeah, people never washed, so to hide the stinkiness, they all had these fragrant flower rings and stuff.
Mm. It would be nice sometimes if they would still exist.
Ooh, Bawani is giving you an applause.
Ooh, thank you. So, actually maybe it's better before I put in the more rounded stuff, better to do that at the end. I prefer to have my pointy stuff in first. Yes, Angelica.
Question from Taiwan. Is boho style the same as bohemian?
Yes, boho
Bohemia.
is short for bohemian. Yeah. And then open silhouette style is the same thing, but with boho, actually you kind of get the sense of a particular trend. And that particular trend is pampas grass and beach and dried materials. So that's why actually open silhouette would be a better term for this, because I'm not following that boho-ish feel, just the look, which sounds strange maybe, but I'm just following the rules of what I would say belong to a boho style arrangement, so the asymmetry and the flower placement, but I'm not exactly using the materials that, you know, in that heyday of the boho were used a lot.
Yeah, because boho uses more of the the pampas grass,
Yep.
and all the the more grassy, fluffy materials also, right?
Correct. And I'm using just a lot of different fresh flowers, which are pointy and evoke a playful feeling, but it's not this specific trend that was there a couple of years ago. The head is a little sad, huh, from this one.
Is it broken or is it just thirsty?
I don't know. Just sad. Sometimes you have that. No reason. Okay, so while I'm making this, of course, again, please don't be shy. Feel free to ask any questions that you want about anything. You can ask me anything. Floristry, non-floristry related stuff.
Life questions.
Life questions. What stocks to invest in? No, I don't know anything about stocks, sorry guys. And also, you shouldn't ask me for financial stuff. That's really Axel's part.
Bhavani says, that is so beautiful.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we're very lucky with the materials here. And you know, beautiful flowers are 90% of the work, I think. And the flowers and the colors, all of that stuff helps. So I'm making, putting in my lower materials now.
Greetings from Duke.
Hey, Duke. Nice of you to join. Duke also passed the master exam. We have some other IMF fellow students in the chat here as well, Duke. Duke passed with the highest grades of the class. I think that is, I'm allowed to say that. This is really an achievement. But I think overall, everyone really did a lovely job. There were such great marks on the exam. Really nice. Really, really good. Really proud of everyone in the class. It was really cool to see everyone join, grow and, you know, develop. Yes, Angelica?
Bhavani says, missing all these botanicals.
Yes. Well, you can always come back. You're always free to join us.
You know you're always welcome.
Always welcome. So I'm gonna go out and in and out and in with these materials. What's up, Angelica? I see you laughing.
Guess who's lurking here too? With my coffee, it's Babylon.
Hey, Arthur, nice. Thank you for joining us. It's very early for you, I think.
That's why he's drinking coffee.
Yes, yeah. It's necessary. It's necessary. I can understand.
Is this a secret meetup?
We have a secret IMF meetup, yes. Nice, it's fun. Glad that you're also here. Also, Arthur passed the IMF exam, yeah. So we have a lot of IMF folk here today. Very cool.
The chariot team is here, Bhavani says.
Very good. The chariot team or the cavalry. So I'm just adding some lower groups now into the design. So this is a style that I would call boho-esque. So it's an open silhouette style where the focus is on asymmetry and an amorphous shape. So it's not really any kind of shape. And that's good. That's a good thing, you know? We actually want that. When you're making a Biedermeier, it should be a ball. But when you're making this, it shouldn't be any particular shape. So then you get to play a little bit. So now I think it's time for some horizontal materials. So I'm adding in these beautiful hellebores, which again, very lucky from that I was able to get those from Margin Par. The hellebores Mammoth Red. That's what this is, yeah. Yes, I'm learning all of these varieties now by name. So there's so many flower varieties, right? But it's important, of course, to know the names, but then to also know the names that the growers give them, you know, that's a challenge. But I'm getting more and more familiar with these margin par flowers. They're very nice, and I'm probably not supposed to say anything about why yet, so we're refraining from that and keeping that a little secret for now. What's up? And then I put in some horizontal greens. That's also important. Some horizontal greens to connect the upper part to the lower part. So again, if you have any questions, don't be shy. Or comments. Always welcome. So, would be nice to have some calla lilies in there as well. So before we were making a standing bouquet, we were making a overlapping arrangement. So we've done some arrangements already, which was fun to do. Yes, Angelica. No,
Yes, we have Leafy Laos.
Hey.
Says Jacqueline, greetings from cold Estonia.
Hi.
The live streams are wonderful, even if we only see Mike. And Mike, you and your voice and Angelica's input can be felt so well. So sweet of you to do them.
Thank you very much. First I thought it was going to say, these live streams are great, even though we only see Mike. Yeah. But thank you, I appreciate it.
Okay, so good question from Monique Loy.
Yeah.
I am going to read it in Dutch first, and then we can translate it.
Yep.
Tijdens de cursus Boho-stijl, begin april, hebben we het gehad over quickdip.
Ja.
Wanneer je een bloem enkele seconden in de quickdip hebt gedoopt, kan je de bloem dan direct in het bloemstuk gebruiken?
Eerst even op water, hè, denk ik. Ja. Dus, okay, that's a great question about quick dip. So we used it during the Boho class. I particularly like quick dip. So the question is, when you use the quick dip, so it's a material that revitalizes or revives the flower. So when something is starting to droop, you put the quick dip and it goes up. So the question is, can I put it immediately in the arrangement afterwards? Well, that depends. If the arrangement is in water, then yes, you can put it immediately in. But if it's in foam, better to first put it back into the bucket and let it rise, so that you're sure that it's able to suck full with water again. So that's what's necessary. If you put it in tubes, that's fine. Anything, a bouquet, well, maybe not a bouquet, because then your hand is very warm. So if it's in a vase arrangement, yes. Otherwise, normally I would say, no, let it revive a little bit. So this is quick dip. For those of you that didn't know this product yet, we do sell this in our web shop. Unfortunately, we only sell the big packages because they do not make the small packages anymore. Yeah, so, but when you have this, one of these bottles lasts you for your whole life, because you only need a cup with 2 centimeters or like 1 inch of the quick dip solution, and then you stick it in for 21, 22, and then you take it out, and then you put it in water, and it will revive itself. So, that is quick dip. Hope that answers your question a little bit. Yes, I had this to put in, so I will put it in. The Veronica. And what I think is fun about Veronica and Anthurium and Matiola is that after a while, when it gets water, the flower heads, the tips all go like that. They all are phototropic. So, and that will help with the movement in the design. So you can see it here and there. So I think that's a fun little thing that will happen after a while. So that will look very natural. So of course I need the Veronicas because I have that beautiful Eryngium in there, that beautiful new variety of Eryngium from Marginpar. So that's why I'm adding in some Veronica, some blue. Really a lot is going in this arrangement. But I think it's necessary for this style to make it nice and playful, have a lovely variety of materials. Yes, Angelica?
Yes, so first of all, Bhavani says, yes, you are allowed to, I think, put the flowers into arrangement after you put them in quick dip.
Well, you are always allowed to do whatever you want.
Fair enough.
No one's going to stop you.
No, that's true.
But I would say, just to be sure, don't put it in the foam immediately. But you can for sure put it in a if you are working with chicken wire or something.
Yeah,
the
so suggestion is let it hydrate
The
first.
reason why, yes, the reason why is because when you're making a foam arrangement, maybe your design is not completely, the water's not all there. But of course you should have water in your vase when you make an arrangement. Yeah, thanks. I put the light a little bit lower so that people can actually see the arrangement better. Okay, Angelica.
Yes, question from Arthur.
Yeah.
What is the best way to process hellebores? I always have issues with them, but it seemed like no one else had issues with them at the IMF.
Yes, it's interesting, huh? Yeah. It's
They are difficult.
Well, no, I find that these ones that we get from Marginpar, they're super strong. But these ones from Marginpar, they're coming from Africa. So they have a tough time growing, so they need to be great quality to grow as strong as they are. So when I'm using these hellebores, I've never had an issue. I've never had them hang. But there's a lot of misinformation out there about what to do with your flowers. Some people, they say that you have to cut the stem of the hellebore vertically, and then it sucks up the water better or something like that. But Bill Schaefer told me not too long ago, so I only learned about this not recently, but I knew, of course, hammering wooden stems, it doesn't necessarily help. And that's that sort of thing. But he explained to me why it doesn't help, actually. So if you study biology, and I don't, but you know that the stem, the veins in the stem, they don't go like this. They don't go straight up. Apparently, the stems, the veins, they go like this in a spiral upwards. So the water is sucked up in a spiral upwards. I didn't know about this, but apparently this is so. And I just took Bill's word for it. So maybe if you Google it, you can find out if it's really true. But when this spirals like this and you cut vertically, what happens? You're just cutting the vein, you're cutting the spiral of the vein, and then the water will start to suck up at the part where that cut stops, right? So better to just give it a fresh cut. A fresh cut is the only thing that you can do to try and revitalize flowers and quick dip. So just a fresh cut, make sure that the stems are clean, make sure that there's no bacteria on the stems, make sure that your knife is clean, make sure that the water is clean, use the Floralife solution in your water. So that's the only tip I can give you. And get the good quality hellebores. But yeah, that's all I can tell you, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's me, but if I look at the hellebores while I'm taking care of it in the cold room, it's always good. But the moment, the moment it hits sunshine, it gets droopy. So it's a cold plant.
It's a shadow flower as well.
Yeah, but maybe the
My
place
mother
where
is saying
you put
also
it.
it's a shadow flower, so it needs to be in the shade. So, but I've never had, with hellebores from Marginpar, I've never had any issues, and I can feel they're strong. You know, when I touch the petals and the leaves. So yes. Sorry, hope that was an answer. I don't know if it's a useful answer, but yeah, there you go. All right, anyone else with a question?
Not a question.
Oh, okay.
Not a question, but we have David Cordoba in the chat.
Oh,
Hi,
hi.
Mike. David from Spain.
Hey, David. Nice, thank you for joining us. David Cordoba is also an international floristry teacher. He was here for the International Floristry Teacher Seminar. It was a lot of fun. It was nice. He was here for the first time at that point. Oh, sorry, I see Angelica's laughing loudly. What's up?
Arthur says, I'm also a shady flower, lol.
Fair enough. We like the shade. We like the shade. That's. Well then, I think I'm done with this arrangement. We need some flowers for other things. I cannot put all the flowers in one arrangement. So that's it. We can see it's asymmetrical. There's a playfulness in there. Actually, maybe if I had it, I would put some more orange in the arrangement, now that I look at it. So maybe Italianum or something like that. But it's on. My mother says, no, it's fine. Well, you know, when you're looking at your own work, you're always very critical. Yeah, the Italianum would be lovely. Yeah.
You don't have that?
Actually, I do have Italianum. Don't mind if I do. So I'll just put in some Italianum then.
Italianum is so beautiful and it
Yep.
has all the shades.
I don't think if she doesn't put the mic on, no one can hear you.
The Italianum is so beautiful and it has all these colors that it's combining your arrangement in it.
Yes, yeah. It brings it together, right? Yeah, I was having doubts because I like to put a lot of stuff in these type of arrangements, and sometimes it's overkill. So I try to watch out, but you're right. I think for the blending of the colors, I do need this. Normally, when I use when I make a flower combination, I will always have flowers that have at least a little bit of the color inside. And in this case, I have a very purple flower, and it doesn't have any of the other colors inside. So that requires me to do a little bit more blending. Yes, Angelica.
Lydia says this arrangement is very beautiful. I love it.
Thank you very much.
And this is a new variety of
Italianum.
Italianum,
Yeah,
yes.
I did say that in the beginning, but there might be people that are new here and that weren't there for the whole time. So now I cut it into pieces. But this is a new Italianum. It's the same Italianum, but better. So it's instead of 50 centimeters, I think they're now 70 centimeters. And they are lasting longer, so they keep the heads on there longer. So they're very strong. So yes, they're always developing their product at Margin Par, and there's always new varieties coming out, and that's, I think, very exciting. There's always something cool, new cool product on the market that you can test out and play with. And like I also said before, Margin Par is a Floral Fundamentals grower, just like we are Floral Fundamentals ambassadors here at the Boerma Instituut and partners. So I don't want it to become too symmetrical, so I have to watch out for that. But yeah, the color is very powerful, very nice. So even though maybe on camera it doesn't quite show, but in real life we can see that there's some orange in that Italianum. And if I take a picture later, and one day in months, a couple of months, I will post the picture, and then you can see what it looked like in real life. Well, no, not really in real life. That's not how pictures work. But you can see a little bit more detailed. So anyway, thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. I hope you enjoyed it, and we had fun, and I'm sure some of you also had fun. And then the next live stream will be June 20. Did you say that?
Yeah.
June 20, and I think that's my mother doing the live stream, right? Or is it me again? I don't know. Well, we'll find out. So June 20. So lock that into your agenda if you want. we don't have a live stream in May because I will be going to Japan. So there won't be anyone to run the stream. So, but I will be posting on Instagram and Facebook and blah, blah, blah. So you can follow us along. So yes, my Instagram is Mike Boerma Floral Design. That's it. And the school's Instagram is Boerma Instituut Flower School. So follow us along on there, and we will post some short reels and some fun things in the meantime. So thank you very much, everyone. All right, bye-bye. Going now.
Ik ga niet, maar